Hello, and welcome back to the couch. We saved you a seat. My name is Luke, and today we'll be checking out and reviewing episode 21 or season 2, episode 9 of Solo Leveling. It was worth it. We're going to be talking about some of the things we liked, some of the things that we didn't like, and we're also going to be covering just basically what happens in the episode. It was a pretty quick one, so I don't imagine we'll be here super long. But I did want to talk about this first. Bro, that scene with the mom, it got me. It got me. I was ready to do this review a couple hours ago. Needed a minute. Needed a minute. It got me. It got me. He worked all that way. Sacrificed his life several times, actually. Fought insurmountable odds. Was incredible weight on his shoulders. Got me. Love that scene. Incredible. We also got a glimpse into the future. Japan versus Korea, 4-on-4, Royal Rumble style. It's gonna be dope. It's gonna be cool. I can't wait for next week. We got to see that he gets a new power, the Shadow Exchange. It's a little interesting. It's a level 1 version of the power, so he only has He has a 3-hour cooldown, which means he has to wait 3 hours to use it again. For those who don't know what that means. And then he also got some new weapons. He got Baron's sword. He got Baron's dagger. What else did he get? He got Baron's horn, and then the Demon Monarch ring. And he also got the last item he needed for his set bonuses, which is kind of cool. It's a very video game thing. And then the last thing, which was really cool, he got a flying mount. Yeah, he arised Kaizen. He arised Baron's mount, which was pretty cool. So all those things, just great episode. A few things that I didn't like, I guess. Nothing. Episode flew by. It flew by. I didn't read the. There might be a few scenes here or there that were kind of missed or walked over, but I just don't remember it because it was a long time ago. So we're just going to talk about the episode so far. So at the beginning of this episode, Sung Jin Woo is there. He just beat Baron. He's gathering all his materials. He's talking to old girl, and he gets a dagger and a sword. He gets a ring. He gets something else. He gets this shadow exchange thing, and then he also gets the mount. And so she's like, "You need to come back with my dad and hang out with us." And he's like, "Nah, I got stuff to do. I've been here way too long." And then he uses the shadow possession to exchange places with his shadow, and she's just left there in the cold. To go back down 20 levels, even though her family is the new king of Asgard or whatever. But then we go back to that one other, the guy with the reddish rougish hair, and he's eating lunch or dinner with his friend, and they're reminiscing about the old time, and his friend actually retired from being an S-rank hunter, and it's really sweet. It's a sweet moment because there's some finality in their attacking of this of Jeju Island. He's not sure if he's coming back. He wasn't sure if he was going to come back the time before that, I think, and that's from the first scene of the first episode of Solo Leveling is them. So it's kind of cool to close that circle. What was next? Oh, then we see Sung Jin Woo visit his mother. Boy, that one got me. It did. It got me. Sung Jin Woo's the man, and for him to reconcile all those feelings and to bring them all in, to understand that I hope this works. I mean, man, it's a beautiful scene. It's super well made. I think. I don't know that you could make it better. And the mother she woke up and she was just grateful. Man, so cool. So cool. I mean, Sung Jin Woo didn't even go home, right? He went straight from there to here. Because he was tattered and, broken, and his thumbnail was even chipped, you could tell, which would probably hurt. And some other stuff, and it was cool. It was cool. The next thing we see is the doctor's kind of freaking out that this one person woke up from this sickness that no one had woken up for, and the sister gets to meet the mom, and there's this really fun like cleaning thing where they get to clean the apartment, and Sung Jin Woo even chastises his sister and is like, yo, I was gone for a week, what happened here? And the mom's like, I just get to spend time cleaning my apartment with my kids, you know. And it's cool because she also asks Sung Jin Woo about the dad and whether or not he's heard from him. Of course he hasn't, you know, we know where he is. He's kind of roaming the earth at the moment. But then we get back to the Hunters Guild, or the Hunters Association, and they're talking about like what they're gonna do and how they're gonna do it. They thought they might be able to get Thomas Andre, who is probably the most powerful hunter in the world, I think, but they couldn't do it, which stinks. And so then they start looking for Sung Jin Woo, which is cool. Um, and then when they finally get to Sung Jin Woo and talk to him, hey, we're gonna do this thing. We kind of need your help. Not kinda. They super need this help. The He feels like a power level shift, and the guy who runs the association is like, oh yeah, the S ranked hunters are like practicing. And there's this big facility that kind of looks like a stadium out there. I guess it's to contain their powers. And they're dueling, and our guy's getting beat, but he can't go all out because if he goes all out, he becomes basically a rage monster, like the Hulk, I think. And so it's pretty interesting that happens, but they continue through that. Sung Jin Woo is standing there, but then the Japanese coalition shows up, all 10 or 11 of them, and there's this kind of like, you know, it's a bunch of alphas, it's a bunch of dogs, you know, walking in, I guess, and they, you know, they're like chummy with each other, but there's always this like, you think you at your best could take me at my best? Because I don't think you can. It's good energy. It's dude energy. Very dude stuff. I love it. But yeah, they get there and they kind of decide on like a little practice round to see what the each coalition has, the Japanese and the Korean. And so they do their four physical combat versus their four physical combat, and they have a little bit of duel, and they line up against each other, and that's the end of the episode. Yeah, short episode. Short. All these are short. It's really disturbing. Wish they were longer. But I did read the manga or the manhwa, and I do remember it being like this too, where I was just like page after page after page. I think I was sitting at my local watering hole, just strumming through, you know, having a drink and just strumming through my phone, reading it. So, yeah, next week's episode gonna be awesome. It's gonna be awesome. Speaking of next week, we're gonna have some Daredevil coming out reviews, and then the following week we're gonna do some Wheel of Time, and we're also gonna do Andor whenever it comes out in April. So you know, stay locked in on the channel, and we'll catch you next time on the couch, and we'll save you a seat. Take care.